Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Popular Stranger, and we are back with another gameplay video to help you guys specifically with the loot blitzes that are taking place in Madden 25, how to block them, and my favorite plays to run against them. All of this is not going to be foolproof. You're still going to run into people that are just really good at the game and are able to adjust to an extent that you're not going to be able to beat them. But I think for the people that run those loot blitzes and A-gap blitzes, but they're not that good, they're just doing it because everybody else is, you might be able to get them and beat them and win some more games because of this video. So we're 5 episodes deep in the Lions offensive playbook, and this is going to be an unofficial episode. It should have been episode 1, and in episode 5, I'm sorry, this should be episode 0, much like we did with the Vikings defensive playbook with the quick adjustments episode. Thinking back on it, I should have made what we're going to do in this one episode 0, and in episode 5, the most recent one, we talked about some of the stuff we're going to talk about again in this one, but I figured it's probably smarter to make a video titled How to Block and Beat the Loot Blitzes, because I'm sure, and I saw the comments, a lot of you guys are struggling with that specifically. And actually in yesterday's Vikings defensive playbook, we talked about how to run the loot blitz and the A-gap blitz. I don't really run the loot blitz a ton, so I'm really just going to kind of mimic what it does in this video, but we will go over the blocking that you need to do, and then again, some of the plays that I've personally had success with. Often I find the people that aren't generally great at the game, but run these things just because everybody else does, if you beat them enough with what I'm going to show you in this video, they'll typically check out of it, specifically in the ongoing house rules that's taking place. So basically, with the loot blitz, right, they're going to have one of 2 ways it's going to take place. Either, you know, both guys are looping around, and I'm actually in the cover 4 defense right now, but I'm just going to demonstrate. They're going to drag one of the linebackers over from right to left, and then they're going to select the other one, and the idea is that they're going to use this player, they're going to have whatever coverage behind it, and this guy is going to loop around over here. So we're going to do a running play that runs away from that one. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do on this running play, and maybe I should have probably mentioned what that running play is. Good job, Mike, here. We talked about it in episode 5, but we're in Lions offensive playbook, and we're in double hips, and we're just going to run inside zone. I don't know what it is about this play, but this one just gets really good blocking, and I've had a ton of success, again, against the cover 4 A-gap blitz or the cross 3 fire loop blitz here. So when I'm in this, first thing I'm going to do is double team the defensive tackle. Pretty much anytime you see somebody with inside stuff on their defensive tackle, and it's just one defensive tackle on the field, or you're running inside zone, to me personally, I like to double team the DT. And to do that, if you guys were unaware, you're going to press L1 on your PlayStation controller, that's left bumper on your Xbox controller, down on your right analog stick, and then that will bring up the double team menu, which you can basically push your left analog stick from left to right and select the player that you want to double team. You see the D2 there as the indicator. We want to double team the defensive tackle, and we're going to press X on PlayStation or A on Xbox to select it. So we're double teaming him, and again, with the loop blitz here, and I'm using 2 different controllers, they're going to bring this guy over. They're going to use this guy right here, and then this guy right here is going to loop around coming here. So in that situation, again, you just want to do it smart here. You want to run away from the looper. In practice mode, the loop doesn't work for me that well, but we're just going to run straight to the left, or not straight to the left, but towards the normal direction the inside zone would go, because we're running away from that looping blitz. And the defensive tackle should be fine. We technically are going to have to worry about that user, but for the most part, he's going to get blocked as well, and he being Zach Vaughn, and it's going to create a nice little gap in between either the left tackle and left guard, or the center and left guard, to pick a hole there and get some decent yardage. You're not going to break big plays on this every time, and it definitely helps to have tank and or balance beam on your running back there. Tank definitely specifically to get those extra yards. And then another pro tip that some of you probably don't know, anytime you press turbo behind the line of scrimmage, the game is programmed for your defensive line, your offensive line, to get block shed. So it's very important to make it a habit, and it's going to be hard for some of you early on, but don't start pressing turbo until you're kind of past that first level of defense there. Otherwise, you're going to get a shed. They're going to stop you on the run game. You're not going to get anywhere many times soon. But again, with the loop blitz, and that was just an awful example, but with a loop blitz, we're going to try to run hard to the left there, and we're usually going to find a gap. I didn't set up the loop blitz purposely that time because for whatever reason, practice mode is being really weird for me, but I'm just trying to show you the main idea here. We're just simply going to run hard to the left. Now with the cover 4 A-gap blitz that people are running, they're going to blitz this left of screen linebacker. They're going to take this guy and they're going to bring him down in the box and again kind of press on the left guard. The idea here is that they want to do a tap and go, so they want to touch this left guard on his shoulder and then peel back into coverage there, or switch stick out of coverage, and it's going to break this left of screen linebacker, not the one we're using, but Zach Bone in this situation. He's going to shoot right through that gap there, and typically, he's going to blow up that inside zone because that's where the play is designed to run to. You're going from right to left, and you're running right where they want you to run. But in this situation, again, human joystick is going to be really, really helpful on Saquon Barkley's honors card, the 96 overall card. You can get tank for 2 AP and still get human joystick and one other 0 AP ability of your choice, human joystick being 0 AP. I don't think it's a huge ability to have, but in this very specific situation, I'm able to cut it back to the right really quick there, and we're going to kind of run behind 75 because we know both his user and that blitzer are attacking us on the left of screen. So when I snap the ball, quick adjustment over there to the right. Sometimes 9 is going to be there, or in that case, it was Isaiah Simmons, my hypothetical opponent's strong safety there. But if you can run past that person, truck that person, get a broken tackle because they clicked on and they tried to hit stick, and you have tank past that person, it's just a good way to run against this defense. And when I have success against it, and you can see I was able to weave my way in and out, but the primary thing that you're looking to do is cut it back to the right really, really quick, or the opposite side that the inside zone is assigned to go there. I've had a lot of success, especially in house rules right now, running this play and getting people discouraged jumping out of this defense, and then that allows us to go ahead and do our thing. So when it comes to passing against this defense, or the actual protection, one of my favorite plays, we talked about it in episode number 1 of the Lions offensive playbook, is smash return, and we're going to run it pretty much the same way we ran it in that episode. So we're going to slant our tight end, and then we're going to put Amon-Ra St. Brown, our top of bunch receiver, on a streak. And for the loop blitzes, you're either going to send out 5 and make really good quick reads, or you're going to have to block your running back. For me, I've had the most success against these blocking my running back. So when it comes to the loop, and again, I can't demonstrate it cleanly on practice mode, unfortunately. I'm stinking at that right now, but they're going to bring this linebacker over, they're going to use this guy, and he's going to loop back over here, and that's going to be a nuisance. So the way that I block the loop blitzes is I'm going to do a half slide in the direction that the loop is attacking. So if that loop is running from left over to right there, we're going to half slide to the right. To do a half slide, you're going to hold down L1, similar to the double team mechanic, but instead of pressing down on your right analog stick, you're going to press right, and that's going to do a half slide in the direction that the loop is starting from, or away from the direction the loop is starting from, which would be the left-hand side, but towards the direction that he wants to finish, which is going to be the right-hand side. And then the alternative thing you can do, or the second thing you can do, is double team the defensive end on the same side that the looper is starting, but away from the side that they're attacking. So again, if the looper is going from left to right in this situation, we're going to double team the left of screen defensive end. We're going to do that again by holding down L1 or left bumper on Xbox, down on the right analog stick, and instead of double teaming the defensive tackle, we're going to double team the left end there, left of screen defensive end. So that's how it's going to look. So that should pick it up. And then for this play specifically, my hot read is going to be X, which is going to be Vernon Davis. The only thing is, right, that CB3 that's in between the left of screen cornerback and Zach Bond right there, that's typically going to be some type of hook curl or mid-zone that has a mid-zone KO that's going to either jump that route or knock it out. So if you're going to throw that route, you kind of have to pass lead up and in to the slant, in this situation right around the hash marks. But the main 2 routes I'm really looking for, if X isn't open, is we're hoping that either square on that deep in is going to get open, or the zig underneath. And unless your opponent has an amazing switch stick, they're not going to be able to cover both of those routes. So you just kind of pick your poison there. I like this one more so than anything. Again, half slide slide to the right, double team the defensive end on the left of screen. I think I forgot to put Hamilton in a blitz there, so that's why he actually went and actually tried to cover it there. But I'm more so just talking about the slide protections. This is a play that I run, and typically this guy is going to be open. If the user takes that away, then the zig underneath is going to be open, and with that slide protection, you should have enough time. Now, if they're doing the A-gap blitz, same play, same setup there. You're going to block your running back, same things that I do with the hot routes. But instead of slide protecting or half sliding over to the right, I'm going to half slide to the left, which is going to be the same exact side as our running back, but also the same side that blitz is coming through. So again, hold down L1, and in this case, we're going to push our right analog stick to the left to half slide over in that direction. So A gap, you're going to half slide on the same side as your running back. For the loop, you're going to half slide on the opposite side of your running back, or more than likely the side that the loop is finishing on. This is just one pass play that I like to run against all of this stuff. Again, we got circle right here. We had enough time to throw that. If the user takes that away, we still have the slant and the deep in route there. Here's that quick read, by the way, that I was mentioning. Got a pass lead up before it gets to that zone over on the left of screen that's probably going to have mid-zone KO and knock it out. And I don't want you to get caught up in just running this play and this play only against these blitzes. It's more so about the protection, the slide protection, any four-man route combination that you probably have. As long as you block your running back and do the slide protection in the right direction of the loop blitz or the A-gap blitz, you're normally going to have enough time to get open. This just happens to be a route combination that I enjoy. I had two people open. I just threw that really late because I was rambling. But again, we can run the majority of the plays that we had in this playbook that we covered in episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4, specifically from this formation in the offensive guide. You know, we could go back to running this play with the motion over as long as we do our slide protect on the side of the blitz that's coming through here and block our running back. You know, we can run this play. It should allow us just enough time to go ahead and get that throw off. Again, you got your pass lead up there. You got your deep post on that situation, the two streaks to clear out. We can go back to our zig flat combination. Remember, we can always slant this top a bunch guy as well. In case your opponent does mix in some man coverage, this should have two different routes that beat it, but you're also going to have enough time to, you know, make your throw over here. If they chase that route over there, you got the slant on the other side. If you keep it as an in route, you got the in route on the other side. It's going to take a little bit longer to develop, but you have all of these routes at your disposal and all of these route combinations that you should have enough time to make the throws if you slide protect the correct way and block your running back. Just one other play before we close out the video as far as the blocking goes is the 6-1 defense that you're going to run into, whether they're running a zone version of it or a man version of it with the cover 4 and then the Sam Will blitz. I just want to go over the slide protections. Not very difficult, and it doesn't matter which version of it that they're in there, whether it's man or zone, it's usually going to get pressure. Simply all you have to do is block your running back and slide protect, half slide towards your running back. That's all I do when it goes against 6-1. Again, you're going to run into people who are still going to have a million good adjustments behind this defense. Even if you block it up, you're still not going to be able to get anybody open, or eventually you're going to get block shed and run out of time to make a read that you want to do. But to block the 6-1 blitz, block your running back, half slide to the side of the running back, holding down L1, pushing left on our right analog stick to do a half slide, and that's all you have to do. One other thing just to point out also before we get out of here, abilities are also going to help, and you may notice here that we have abilities on our entire offensive line. The majority of the abilities that I would recommend, and we'll probably do a separate video on it very soon, probably after Season 7 starts though, in case we do get an AP increase. All Day and then Pass Protector, which a lot of the Team of the Year offensive linemen can get both of those abilities for 0 AP total, but All Day and Pass Protector are probably the two best abilities to avoid the block shedding, right? Because if you can pick up the blitz, that's great. You're blocking the guy that's coming in so he doesn't come in freely, but the other reason these blitzes are so good is because then your opponent gets a block shed and it's all over for you. You're not ever going to be immune to getting block shedded, but again, All Day and Pass Protector together are going to give you the best results when it comes to blocking up those blitzes. and not getting block shed to give you enough time. You're not going to have 47 seconds in the pocket to make a throw, but those are the abilities and then the blocking adjustments that are going to give you your best advantage to run whatever you want to run on offense, whether it's stuff you like to run on your own or stuff we've talked about in the Lions offensive playbook. Those are going to be the slide protections, the adjustments, the things, the abilities that you want to do to block loop blitzes and the A-gap blitzes that are running rampant in Madden 25 right now. So hopefully the video helped out. If it did, click that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.